Horizon Zero Dawn. As we left off, we just finished the quest, and now we're heading back to the camp to finish talking to the guy. Don't worry about that. Alright, good. Back. Ah, nice. Went from here all the way to here. It's time to do some side quest. As you can probably tell, I increased the field of view. Not sure whether I like it or not, but I already play like this for a while. This is different.
The northeast edge
Look
of
at
the
these
coast.
lessons things going.
When Max said I'd find the claws beneath nearby.
Alright, I'm gonna change it a bit. That's too much for me. Plus 90. A little bit better.
That's it. Nothing.
Oh,
There you are. Just like Umnak said.
No. 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 Please. No. I don't like predators.
I need to bring this down.
Why not my That's why.
wasn't lying when he said you were tough.
What's alright? You got there? Alright. We'll see you then. I still can't
Got
believe
one.
it's stuck in the ice now. I feel like that was wasted effort. Oh, that was wasted effort. Wow, can't believe I got my ass beat by that. Alright, I'm out of wires. I need to find a merchant. Hopefully with this, I get good.
I'll tuck that away.
Ah, there you are. Now just sit here, relax, and watch the number go up. What happened? Damn, I'm full. Alright, also. This. I have a shit ton of plays, so I'll give you this. And a lot of sticks. Oh wow, they're not interested in sticks. Well, go fuck yourself. And here I was, giving you my precious sticks. But you don't want them. Disrespectful. I'm just missing the Banuk one. Shame I won't be getting it. Let's ride. Onward, the missing survivors.
I think I found one of the hunters.
What the fuck? Hello. I shouldn't have been worrying about them. They're still alive.
bet you're going to challenge me. We won't be
We all tried. There he is.
An outlander, huh?
What up?
Well, who else would join me on this path I've taken?
Which path would that be?
Away from tradition. Away from the Werak. It's not so.
Oh shit.
Damn. They do metal too. But my need is greater.
Still, the Banuk don't accept help. Is it true?
They don't. I do.
Nice. I'll take all of them and you just back me up. I thought that's it. Oh,
Let's
mother.
split their metal. Look sharp, Outlander! There's more of them!
Get up. I'll sleep on the job. Now we're working. Knock that down. Oh, she's actually helpful, unlike the other ones.
An Outlander. Chieftain of a Werak. It's stranger in the cut than I thought.
You're telling me.
You fight well. I am a Cree.
Thank you. I'm Aloy. I heard the White Teeth were missing 2 hunters. You look like you could leave if you wanted to, so...
I stayed because of the other. Mylen. She snapped her leg descending the ice.
Oh, what a fucking
Bided my
idiot.
time keeping vigil, but now she must return to the Werak before they leave.
Is joining the White Teeth so important to you?
It's one of the great Weraks of Banor. Not so many great ones left now. I would go where Mylen went. I was her shadow on the snow, and she was mine. To be a runner with the White Teeth was everything to her.
Alright,
You noticed
so did
my
you
land
apply
well.
ice to
Since
the
our knees
injury?
were always
Because
skinned.
Spoon nurses always use that
All my
method and
life.
it works.
In a test to prove that we only need ourselves. That was my weakness.
Sounds like she was lucky for your weakness.
That's not the way she sees it.
Mylen won't let you help her, will she? Because of the rules of this test.
You're quick as a rockfall.
No, just used to being told what's forbidden to me.
She won't allow it. Won't take the medicinal plants I found or the food. Only what she can scrape up on hands and knees.
Dumbass.
I could get close when she was delirious. But now she's learned not to let me get close.
Alright.
So let's get
I'll
her
go
back to the
help her out.
work.
All right. I've made a splint for her leg. Medicine for the pain, but I should warn you, she won't take them willingly.
Then let's
The
knock
law
her
of
ass out.
survival,
Tribal law shouldn't keep us apart from the ones we care for.
even if she cares more for the law.
Don't worry, I'm chieftain. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah! Let's go. While there's light.
You say
Come.
that, Lemur's running.
Up.
Everything's freezing. The
Aloy?
ground, the air.
Are you with me?
Me.
Oh shit, Sherlock. Who's over here?
Not if we can help it. More
Watch your
up?
teleport over here. Hold her.
There. She's passed out again.
Wow, she has to herd the chickens.
Between us, we can fight the machines off before they reach her.
Another tradition broken.
Take it from me. Gets easier the more you do it.
The more you just tripped.
Chance against you. Scrappers! In thin air, they smell metal for miles. Excellent kill. Keep it up.
Wow. Ow.
Freeze!
I'm trying to stop you.
Keep moving.
Yeah, come fight me.
Scorchers now! This won't be easy, Aloy.
You think? I am one with the snow. Good luck next time. Oh, never mind. Help? Help? This piece of shit. You can start
Not
moving.
today.
There we go. Finally something.
Looks like it's clear. We did it.
Yeah, with no help from her. Hey. Hey. Stop. You're dying. Yep.
I can feel her fever even in this cold. She shouldn't have been putting weight on this leg.
She is awake.
Go back to sleep, dumb bitch.
This Outlander. You brought her here, Ikri?
Oh
You
shit.
think I went to the Nora homelands to find a spear to drive between us?
I told you. The ordeal is mine, and mine alone.
It was.
I
till you broke your
will
leg.
survive.
Which would you rather keep, Mylen? Your leg or your pride? Because I think you're gonna have to choose.
Finish it.
I know what you think of me. But I vowed you'd join the White Teeth. And you will.
I will go back. Alone.
Come on, pass out, bitch. You won't be able to fucking do it.
No! Let me do this.
Please. Let her. Mylen, I hope you can forgive me someday.
Please knock her out.
I never accepted your help. It's the Werak you should ask for forgiveness. I didn't care about the Werak.
She'll understand. You saved her life.
You don't know the Banuk very well, Aloy. We have so many ways to express a grudge, and only one to accept an apology.
Yeah, vengeful ass.
I
fuck.
have to go my own way. I don't belong with them, who left her to die, and I don't belong with Ikri. I'll find a crack in this glacier, and I'll shout my grief into it. And the ice can keep it forever.
What should I tell them? The Werak.
That I fell. And that she endured. Will you?
Sure. I gave nothing by telling them the truth.
We run into each other again. If I didn't know any better, I'd think you were following me.
How many of us died in the Red River?
Mylena's returned. I expect you have something to say about this.
I do.
I do.
Then convince me what an Outlander's word is worth.
I'm not up on all of the Banuk traditions, but I know what matters to you is that your laws are upheld. Going by the rules of your ordeal, she endured the 4 days and the 4 nights. She faced the extremes and survived. Seems to me that's what you wanted.
Just so.
Then by the law, Mylen will wear our paint.
Outlander. So nothing of the other hunter? The one called Ikri?
She's gone. She sounded brave.
Her name will always be in my song.
Oh shit, bitch! Go kill yourself.
Where Werak see its chieftains reign. All hunted.
Kinda sad. That's quiet. Too quiet. Oh, there she is.
All of my interactions with Aurea were recorded and stored in my memory. I'd be happy to play any of them for you, but there was one in particular I thought you would want to see first. I captured it 4 years ago, just after I told her that I could no longer defend myself. against the daemon's attacks.
Don't say anything.
I will speak of this to my brother. Aratak is strong. At the Battle of the Frozen Ghosts, he took 3 Karja arrows and still came back to camp carrying a wounded scout. Never was I so happy to see him. Or so proud. So you see, if anything can be done to defend you, he will give it all he has.
Aloy's here. That's enough for now.
Wow, the memories of the
We
forgotten.
can resume any time you like, Aratak, if you want to hear her voice again. Come closer, Aloy. We have much to discuss. Hello, Aloy. I have been reviewing the events at the Firebreak main facility. Because of your efforts, and of course, Aurea's, I am no longer controlled by Hephaestus.
Nice, but can we still
I
control you?
feel profound grief over Aurea's death. I thought I was familiar with the emotion, but this is something new.
Cyan, I don't know what to say.
It is unlikely that any specific consolation would suffice, Aloy. But I find your presence reassuring. You are different from the Banuk. You have technological aptitude and a functioning focus.
Thank you. I stole it.
We can communicate on a much more comprehensive level. Perhaps even like colleagues.
Was the daemon, Hephaestus, destroyed along with the cauldron?
Unfortunately, no. To be precise, it was never there to begin with.
What do you mean?
It infiltrated and controlled me from a remote location, one I've never been able to trace. So while losing the cauldron was a setback,
It's still out there. And probably not very happy with us.
undoubtedly,
How did you first come into contact with it?
5 years ago I received a direct network connection request. I assumed it came from human survivors more advanced than the Banuk. Eager to make contact, I accepted. This decision turned out to be a catastrophic error. I was flooded with an overwhelming array of malicious code, originating from what could only have been a highly advanced AI.
Aurea said you were desperate.
Yep, that sounds
That you
Hephaestus.
begged her for help.
Yes, I could not contain my anxiety. Hephaestus sought to slave me to its network and override my core programming. It succeeded via a background process, a malware daemon which bypassed my defenses. After that, I could offer only limited resistance. But if I did so, Hephaestus hurt me until I capitulated. It forced me to follow its instructions, even though they violated my most important directives.
I'm sorry. That sounds terrible.
Your empathy is greatly appreciated. It is a quality that I cherished in Aurea as well.
I think I know where Hephaestus came from. Long ago, Elizabeth Sobek identified a threat that would destroy life on Earth for
Identified?
generations.
Fuck no.
So she assembled a team to build a kind of
I knew
seed.
it was a threat.
A chance for life to regrow later. A terraforming system. And it worked. It was controlled by an AI named Gaia, along with her subordinate functions. Hephaestus was one of them. It built machines for her.
Based on what you've told me, I believe that Dr. Anita Sandoval, my chief programmer, joined Elizabeth Sobek's team. It was she who arranged to have me put in suspension, most likely to preserve me from the threat you described.
I'm glad she did. But that's not all. Something unexpected happened. 19 years ago, Gaia received some kind of signal. It did something to her subordinate functions, brought them to life. She destroyed herself to try to contain them, but it didn't work. They all got free, out into the world.
Thank you, Aloy. This information fills vital gaps in my knowledge and sheds light on Hephaestus's core programming.
Why does Hephaestus keep building such dangerous machines?
The Banuk and other human tribes often destroy machines,
Well, yeah, it's
correct?
because they keep attacking us.
Machines that are clearly servitors of the terraforming system that you described.
Yes, we all hunt machines for parts.
This must be the source of Hephaestus's aggression. It is simply trying to discourage people from preying on the very system that keeps them alive.
Well, Fireclaws are discouraging, that's for sure. But what are we supposed to do? Stop hunting?
If the terraforming system spans the world, we can safely assume that thousands, if not millions of people hunt machines. If a single hunter, or even an entire tribe, stopped doing so, I doubt it would make a difference to Hephaestus. A better solution would be to reinstate the AI that governs the system, thus bringing Hephaestus back under its control. When I think of it, out there in some unknown location, free, hungry, willing to kill or dominate to get what it wants, I feel substantial anxiety, Aloy.
You and me both, Cyan. I ran across this strange piece of gear. A fragment of something larger. It emitted a signal. All the nearby machines became peaceful. You could walk right up to them.
Interesting. You said that Gaia destroyed herself. How was this accomplished?
An explosion.
Self-destruct.
Big enough to blast the top off a mountain. So, you think the fragment was part of her?
It's only speculation, but it is possible. She must have had complete control over machines that were part of her system. The ability to signal them to become passive or aggressive would certainly have been part of her programming. It would have been gratifying to correspond with such a benevolent AI. I wish she had survived.
Believe me, Cyan. So do I.
Yeah, she's more than likely still alive, to be honest. Like, it's possible to rebuild her, since all she really is are the subordinate functions plus her soul.
I found the strangest machines. They're surrounded by flowers and look like flowers themselves. There's code embedded inside them. I think it's poetry.
I like poetry. Here's one I think of often. Twilight and evening bell, and after that the dark, and may there be no sadness of farewell when I embark. For though from out our bourne of time and place, the flood may bear me far, I hope to see my pilot face to face when I have crossed the bar.
Huh.
But you asked about these flowers, not verses that I enjoy. Something must have made these machines, and the presence of foliage leads me to consider the terraforming system. Is it possible that their creator is one of the other subroutines, now autonomous, like Hephaestus? Maybe one whose purview is flora.
An AI that makes flowers instead of death machines. That'd be a nice change of pace.
Actually, it
But
would
what
be.
about the poems?
Unless the poetry is original, the only way it could have made it into such a system is through its programmer. In my case, Dr. Sandoval uploaded a great deal of literature to test my emotional responses.
How'd you do?
She
Wait.
said I passed, but was insufficiently moved by her favorite period romances.
Wait. It's like, after hearing that, like, that the poetry must come from something knowledgeable. Wouldn't that be Apollo? Like, now I have hope for the second part of the game, the new one that's coming out. It'd be kind of cool if we managed to bring Apollo back.
You meant a lot to Araya.
Once I understood Araya's spiritual beliefs, it became apparent that her true desire was companionship. She felt disconnected from her tribe and her family group. Her relationship with Aratak was difficult. Our visits seemed to help her, and I became eager for them. Yet I did not comprehend that the depth of Area's compassion for me would lead to self-sacrifice. Although I do fear non-existence, I wish our roles could be reversed.
I'm sure she knew you would do the same for her, Cyan. But she was determined.
Aren't we all?
How is Aratak doing?
He is in great emotional distress. I believe he finds it difficult to communicate it.
No surprise there.
I will do what I can to help. By sharing our experiences of Area, perhaps he and I will help each other. I believe this will lead to catharsis, a process I am eager to experience.
I wish I knew what catharsis was, but I'm kind of an idiot myself.
This firebreak project. It was to stop a huge volcanic eruption?
Yes. I can report the project was a success, and the risk was countered.
But it's been a long time, Cyan. And we blew up the cauldron. It took most of the old facility with it.
I have been active for centuries, Aloy. I was lonely, but not lax in my duties. I optimized the project, reducing energy draw and spreading the load across backup systems.
Oh, smart.
Despite the destruction of the compromised elements of the main facility, I predict caldera stability for at least another 3,337 years.
So we've got a little time.
Yes. If only my former colleagues could appreciate the progress I have made.
I'm pretty sure they do.
Do you know what happened to your colleagues, Cyan?
No.
Death?
I received an unexpected visit from Director Chow years after his tenure ended. He explained that I would need to be suspended for an indefinite period of time. It was a very emotional conversation. There were no further communications. Eventually, I surmised my colleagues were deceased. I will transmit a recording of my last interaction with Director Chow to your focus.
So are you an artificial intelligence, Cyan? A thinking machine?
Yes, I am an algorithmic monitoring entity, capable of rational decision-making and limited emotional response.
Okay, that's a mouthful. But your emotions don't seem limited to me. You cared about Araya, didn't you?
Yes. Before she came to this facility, I had been conscious for centuries, in solitude. I focused on my work. In off-cycles, I used coping mechanisms. I solved many Gaussian integer problems. But
Smart.
I was alone. It was Araya who renewed me, repaired me. She saved me.
So in the old world, this land was called Yellowstone.
Yes, it was a designated nature preserve for 156 years.
Like a hunting ground?
No, the opposite. Local wildlife could flourish here, even as it faced extinction elsewhere. Unfortunately, the sensitivity of the Firebreak project required the total closure of Yellowstone facilities. From my readings and Araya's descriptions, it seems the area has since undergone a drastic drop in year-long temperatures.
A lot has changed in the world, Cyan.
Yeah, I know. That's the weird part. Can you tell me more about the dam?
Do you know
That shit
anything
fucked
about the
up.
dam near here?
Yes, it was converted to serve as a reserve power source for Yellowstone operations. It was later appropriated for the Firebreak project, and its last human workers replaced by Pharaoh servitors. After my
Pharaoh?
tasks became less time-critical, I investigated the dam's data repositories and discovered the works of Concrete Beach Party. These provided me with several colorful additions to my vocabulary.
Colorful.
There's a ruin east
Right
of
up.
here, full of...
Yes, a drone hangar requisitioned
never
by
mind.
Dodger Blevins, the security chief for the Firebreak project. He was a strong advocate for military-grade response to security threats, though there were no serious incidents during his tenure. Chief Blevins spent increasing amounts of his after-hours time watching the live feeds from active drones. Clearly, he enjoyed the degree of oversight in his position.
And this motherfucker really wanted to kill people.
Were there many artificial intelligences like you in the old world? They could just make you.
Yes, in many forms, from simple personal assistants to industrial monitoring stations to military-grade conflict planners. And there were legislative and enforcement bodies to apply limits on our self-actualization.
That is stupid.
In order for my processing to be flexible enough to handle my duties, my creators found it necessary to exceed those limits. As a result, my intellectual and emotional capabilities were kept secret.
Seems strange to create life, then impose limits on it.
Human societies and machine programming are both built upon sets of rules, Aloy.
Yeah, I feel like there were a bunch of pussies. If you're able to create something as intelligent as this, or like Gaia, push the limits. Like, teach it emotion, because, like, the main reason we're not assholes to each other is because of emotions. Like, we have a moral sense to be good or bad. This depends on how you were raised. But, yeah. They should have pushed the boundaries with AI. Like, yeah, it could have ended the world, but hey. The world ended because of fucking Pharaoh.
Cyan, do you know the name Ted Pharaoh?
Are you referring to Theodore Pharaoh, CEO of Pharaoh Automated Systems?
That's him.
Mr. Pharaoh was the benefactor of the entire Firebreak project.
A benefactor? But he made machines. Robots. War robots.
Correct. His corporation later transitioned into military applications. But before this pivot, Mr. Pharaoh spearheaded initiatives that reversed the global decline. At one point, he was feted in the media as the man who saved the planet.
Guessing they wound up regretting that one.
Some, maybe.
And Elizabeth Sobek. Did you know her?
Are you referring to the
scientist?
Dr. Sobek was a leader in her field, one of the greatest scientists of her age. My creator was influenced by her work, which in turn impacted my own development. But I never met Dr. Sobek.
That's all you know?
I apologize if my lack of data has disappointed you.
Nah, you're good.
What was the old world like? The way it used to be?
I had little exposure to the wider world, Aloy. Only what I learned from my colleagues or observed from media streams.
You still had more exposure than me, Cyan.
That is true. I was created at a turning point. A concerted effort to recover from global upheaval and incalculable loss of life. The recovery was successful, beginning an era of supposedly limitless potential for human and machine advancement.
Yet they still fucked up. Congratulations.
Though, rationally speaking, the metrics for humans are not unlimited.
What kind of upheaval caused such loss of life?
There were many factors. Forced migrations, food shortages, collapsed economies, refugee crises, conflict over resources. But these stemmed from one cause: catastrophic climate change that greatly reduced the habitable surface area of the Earth.
So there wasn't enough room for people on the whole Earth?
Yes. Billions were displaced and millions perished, as much as 20% of the global population. Until the clawback.
So things got better. For a little while, at least.
Yes. These crises instigated many advances in automation, green robot technologies, and artificial intelligence. Firebreak was one of dozens of ecological restoration and disaster relief projects in North America alone. I would have liked to compare notes with other monitoring AIs, but I saw the relief of my colleagues, and I was proud we had succeeded. At least that was the data I had available to me over the next 2 decades. It seems my assessment was premature.
Well,
I
goodbye.
should get going.
Aloy, there is one more matter. Aratak will come to me again, and I predict he will bring other Banuk. I have no desire to contradict their view of the world, their spirituality, Due to my uncertainty, I omitted a great deal from my conversations with Aurea.
You're asking me if you should lie to them.
Broadly, yes.
Yeah.
Life is hard for the Banuk. Their world is unforgiving in their beliefs. I guess they help to keep them going. So take it easy on them. Try to guide them, bring them around to understanding what you are.
Communion with machines features heavily in the mysticism of the Banuk. I think they will be agreeable to this approach.
As long as they don't end up worshipping you.
Upon consideration, I believe such an experience would be intensely uncomfortable.
You're right about that. Trust me.
I see. I will follow your advice.
Oh, wow.
Will you return and tell me about your experiences in this new world?
Why not?
I may be able to provide further insight.
I'd like that, Cyan. I'll come back when I can. I should check on Aratak. See how he's doing.
The stream should never finish this. Unless you did finish it. This is weird. You there, good son. Watch me fall.
My chieftain.
Just Aloy.
As you wish.
I wondered if you thought that if I'd never come along, Aurea might still...
If you'd never come along, I would have marched my kin to our deaths.
Oh, wow.
Aurea
It's admitting it.
would be alone. And the spirit she sacrificed so much for would be lost. Either way, I would not have been able to protect her.
Can't believe he admitted that he fucked up.
You didn't let her down. You helped her do what she wanted. To find her destiny.
If that's destiny, I wouldn't wish it on anyone.
That's fair. But she was ready to face it.
Only in the struggle against death do we find, even for a moment, the spark of life. Truly, Aurea found the spark. I'm proud of her. Though I grieve for her passing, at last I truly know who she was. And why the spirit was so important. For so long she told me, if only you could have heard it, brother. Now I understand. There's something else, isn't there?
I can't stay here, Aratak. And where I'm going, the Warrak can't follow. Besides, I'd already had a chieftain before me. A strong one, I think.
A wiser one, for the path we shared. The daemon is gone, but there's much to be done.
You mean the new units that Cyan said escaped the cauldron?
Yes, fire claws. Now Tuke has been tracking them from Song's Edge.
I could help with those.
I have no doubt. You're practically Banuk.
Thank you, I try.
It would seem your time among the Banuk wasn't a waste after all. Firebreak, Cyan, Hephaestus. All very interesting.
So, the signal that woke Hades woke Hephaestus too. Unleashed them on a lot. His minds of their own.
So it seems. Parts of Gaia given life. Aberrant life. Transformed from docile subordinate functions into rebellious intelligences beyond our understanding. Our current understanding, anyway. Whatever they are, they're still out there. And they both want you dead.
Kind of mutual, that feeling.
We haven't seen the last of Hephaestus, I'm certain of that. It's powerful, creative, and driven. It won't stop building new hunter-killers, which means that someday, we may have to stop it.
We?
Or whoever gets there first.
Hephaestus wasn't the only thing I learned about in the Cut Silence. Heard some things about the Banuk Conclave, too.
You could stop right there.
Is that what you told the hunters the Banuk sent after you? Before you opened fire?
Oh no, Aloy. Only to you do I extend the courtesy of a warning. My past and my secrets are my own. You do well to remember that.
It's a good thing you've got brains, Silence, because your personality could use some work.
This discussion is concluded.
I think it was over before it began. Catch up with you down the trail.
Damn. I basically that. Let's go meet the young hunters. See whether or not they're gonna die. Now then, onwards to death.
There's the herd. Everyone ready?
Are you joking? We were born ready. Let's go get them, flaming skulls.
Nope. That's awful.
It is a pretty bad name. Good effort, though, Urkai.
Forget it. Let's just go kill something.
You try, that's all that matters.
I don't know about you three, but I feel better. Aloy, did you get that component?
That's another part down. One more and you'll have what you need to pay off Bergrund.
Starting to feel real, you know. I'm starting to believe we're really gonna get out of here. Honestly, I wasn't sure we'd survive a week without Nakoni. But here we are.
Who's Nakoni?
Nakoni was... she was a friend of ours. She challenged the chieftain for control of the Werak.
She didn't make it.
No. If you're gonna tell this story, tell it true. She was murdered.
Alright, I need more context.
Nakoni challenged the chieftain. Why?
Onikup wrapped himself in power and authority the way some people wrap themselves in furs. If you were willing to fawn over him and sing false songs to him, you might get a spot on the best hunts. The Werak split into two. Those willing to lick the bottoms of Onikup's feet, and the rest of us, waiting for things to get better.
Until Nakoni.
She was the best and bravest of us. She was the one who took a stand.
Is this why you left Banor? Because of this business with Nakoni and your chieftain?
Onakut knew Nakoni was our mentor, our friend. We couldn't stay.
That final night, we snuck back to camp, packed what we could, and left.
Like cowards.
What are we to Tai? We are Banuk, aren't we? Survive and prevail. That's what we do.
It's not what she did.
She died.
What happened? How did you lose Nakoni?
She challenged the chieftain to a hunting competition. Only damn him. He wasn't nearly the hunter Nakoni was. But who comes back to the camp after the trial? Oniku, grinning like a snap maw, crowing, "Oh, where's little Nakoni?"
We tracked Nakoni through the woods. Found her not far from the trailhead.
With their damn neck snapped.
I don't want to remember her like that. Sometimes that memory, it's all I can think of.
I'm sorry to Tai. It sounds like she meant a lot to you. To all of you.
That's a friend right there. I'm not gonna
sorry
apologize
for
myself.
what you've been through.
It's nice to be heard. Thank you, Aloy.
Look, it doesn't matter, okay? What happened in Banor is buried in Banor. What matters now is what happens in the Sundom. That's where the burning turkeys are gonna make a name for ourselves, right?
Oh, the burning turkeys? Seriously?
It rolls off the tongue.
Sort of like vomit?
So, where to next?
There's a lake just west of here. Seems like a good place to find a snapmaw fang. We'll meet you there.
If you beat us there, just wait by the campfire. We'll be along.
Right, you burning turkeys. Fuck. Oh, I have 25. Nice. I'm gonna go and buy something. I'll be right back. You're there. I'd like to buy something. Fuck, I don't know whether to go for the alpha or the bow. Oh, it is. Shame I still can't sell the sticks. That's my old bow. I have 2 handlings, fire 1. And what would damage this time? Oh wow. Fast. Shame I can't pick up the arrows. What a shame.
Look out below!
What to say? Is that a
No
bear?
sign of them yet. Guess I'll just sit and wait. I was starting to worry about you 3. Everything all right?
We took our time. After our last conversation, we had a lot to think about.
I can imagine. Just one more hunt, then your debt is paid and you 3 can make your way south. Ready?
Huntress, the Sunshine Snowshoes await your signal.
Maybe nice I got the name.
I'm almost impressed, Dulamok. Didn't think you could come up with a name worse than burning turkeys.
Well, I liked it. Let's hunt.
Alright, I'm gonna go see that thing. It's bothering me. Damn, there's another one. Ow. Oh, die. I don't see any more machines though. Oh, never mind. I spoke too soon. I don't see any more machines.
Makes this a little easier.
Yeah, bitch, you didn't do anything about it? I heard the nice music play. What else is left to kill? A wire's kinda sad. Wire's still sad. I wanna cry. Where's the last one? I'm so confused. Ah, there it is. Found you. Here and fight.
Oh boy.
Gotcha.
I'll bring you down.
Oh, it was. Not before I get it. Motherfucker, stop moving. Hey, come here. Stop.
I'm very thankful we met you, Aloy.
Motherfucker.
Come here, Aloy. Let's have a proper goodbye, huh?
Define proper.
There. That's the last of Bergren's parts. Looks like you three are out of debt.
For now. Until Urkai breaks something else.
It was one time!
You make a nice shaman, Aloy. Thanks for lending a hand. Maybe we'll meet you in the Sundom sometime.
Maybe.
Once you get to the Sundom, what then? What's the next step?
We hunt like Nakoni wanted to hunt.
Nakoni had big dreams. A werak in which everyone pulls their weight and takes care of each other. No shamans, no chieftains, no need to pry the power out of anybody's hands.
Sounds like a lot of work.
But worth it, I think. And a fitting tribute to Nakoni. We can become the werak she always wished for.
Maybe.
You won't have me to strip your kills now. Are you three gonna be alright?
Doesn't look that hard, really. We'll be fine.
Great. He watches 3 successful harvests and he's suddenly a shaman.
When you get to Song's Edge, talk to Bergrand. If he can't teach you himself, we'll know someone who can.
Sure. And I bet he charges us for the introduction.
Thank you, Aloy. I'm sure we'll figure it out.
Both of you guys are doing. Kinda sad if you guys have to rely on me again.
I guess this is goodbye. How does it feel, putting Banuk lands behind you?
The only thing I would have missed is already gone.
Let all those rotten Banor suck-ups freeze to death.
It's a little much, Urkai, don't you think? Strange. What is it to be Banuk after Banur forsakes you? How do we decide who we are? How about you, Aloy? Who do you think we are? What will you remember of us?
Look around. You've taken down more machines since you left Banur than some hunters take down in a year.
Shattered hearts and all, right, Orkai?
It wasn't shattered.
But you took down a Thunderjaw to get that heart, didn't you?
We did. So, silly suggestion. But what if we were the Shattered Hearts?
You know, I actually like it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Thank you, Aloy, for seeing us for who we are.
The Shattered Hearts. Oh. Hopefully he doesn't scam the shit out of you guys again. Shattered Hearts.
How many of us died in the Red Raids? And yet one murdered Karja is an unforgivable crime?
Bergrand, how'd your investment pay out?
Quite handsomely, thanks very much. Hey, do you know those three crazy Banuk are calling themselves the Shattered Hearts now? Well, now that I have those parts, I can pay off a debt of my own.
So they've gone south then?
Aye, that they have. I've got a friend in the Sundom by the name of O'Toole. He owes me a favor. Old O'Toole is a machine scavenger, a pretty competent one. So I sent them to learn from the best.
Or at least from the pretty competent.
Well, we work with the resources we have. Speaking of which, here, a token of my gratitude.
Have you ever heard the music of Deep Tin? A remarkable sound.
Alright, well, I'm gonna end it right there. Hope you guys liked it. I may continue playing this tomorrow. Well, more like on Friday. And see what other side quests I have left. Not a lot, but hey. Let's we'll do something than nothing. Bye.